Redd Foxx, the revolutionary stand-up comic and entertainment legend, achieved fame through his unforgettable role as Fred G. Sanford on the hit series Sanford and Son.
My name is Fred G. Sanford. The G is for Guadalcanal.
Born John Elroy Sanford in St. Louis, Missouri, he witnessed his mother face the challenges of single parenthood after his father left. She, along with her two sons, John and Fred Glenn Sanford Jr., relocated to Chicago in search of better opportunities. However, poverty struck hard, forcing young John to scour trash cans for food. Known as Smiley Sanford for his perpetual grin, he developed a knack for impersonating others, earning him a reputation as a jokester. As a teenager, he and his friends came together and formed the band The Four Bonbons. Determined to pursue his dream as a singer, he dropped out of school and headed to Harlem, New York with his bandmates, hitching rides on freight trains with no funds. Unluckily, their aspirations faced harsh realities. In Harlem, John endured homelessness and other struggles. Desperate for income, he found himself working a variety of odd jobs, including a stint as a dishwasher at a local eatery, an experience that led him to meeting Malcolm Little, who would later be celebrated as civil rights leader Malcolm X. John was known as Chicago Red for his ginger-colored hair and fair complexion, and Malcolm was known as Detroit Red for his. Their evenings after work were filled with smoking pot, chasing women, and minor run-ins with the law. In the early 40s, John became an MC at Gamby's nightclub in Baltimore. It was here that he christened himself Redd Foxx, combining his two prominent nicknames Chicago Red and Foxy, the handle he was given for being a sharply dressed ladies' man. He added a distinctive twist emulating baseball legend Jimmy Foxx. Little did he know that this moniker would soon become synonymous with comedic brilliance. In 1947, he joined forces with Slappy White, and together they began performing in Harlem and eventually toured the renowned Chitlin Circuit, a network of clubs, theaters, and other venues where black entertainers were allowed to perform. During this time, he entered into his first marriage with Evelyn Killebrew. Subsequently, he and Slappy decided to become the opening act for famed singer Dinah Washington in Los Angeles. Their dynamic partnership lasted 4 years before coming to an end in 1952, much like his marriage did the year before. In the City of Angels, Redd immersed himself in solo stand-up. The racial segregation prevalent in LA during those times imposed limitations on where he could perform. Being excluded from the mainstream clubs primarily frequented by white audiences allowed him to experiment with more daring material without the fear of being arrested for violating obscenity laws. As a result, his raunchy and boundary-pushing comedic style found a receptive and enthusiastic audience in the city's nightclubs with black crowds.
Did you ever get drunk and go home and sit on the toilet and throw up in the face bowl? I've been drunk in that. I sat in the face bowl and threw up in the toilet.
His routine was often categorized as blue humor and included indecency and risque topics. This fearless approach not only raised eyebrows and caused headaches for censors, but also paved the way for a new era in entertainment. In the 50s, Redd exchanged vows with singer Betty Jean Harris. While performing in Los Angeles, Dootsy Williams, the founder of Dudo Records, saw his performance for the first time. He offered Redd $25 to tape the act, which became his first comedy album, Laugh of the Party, marking the beginning of his rise as the king of party records. Between 1956 and 1961, Dudo released 35 of Redd's party albums with sales in the millions, making him an underground legend. By the early 60s, he had ascended to performing at large integrated clubs in Las Vegas, becoming one of the first black comics to do so. He also began making a number of appearances on television series and popular talk shows. As his career soared to new heights, his lifestyle underwent a dramatic transformation. He began indulging in extravagant spending, buying homes in multiple cities, upgrading from marijuana to cocaine, gambling substantial amounts of money, wearing luxurious suits, purchasing numerous cars, and even developing a habit of smoking 2 to 3 packs of cigarettes daily. His entry into the world of movies occurred with an appearance in the drama film All the Fine Young Cannibals. In 1967, he opened a nightclub in LA and named it the Redd Foxx Club. This hotspot quickly gained recognition as a hub for entertainment icons with frequent visits and performances by comedians Bill Cosby and Richard Pryor. Despite its popularity, it closed less than 3 years later due to poor management. In 1970, he starred in the blaxploitation film Cotton Comes to Harlem as Booker Washington Sims, and soon his friend Flip Wilson made him a regular on his variety show. He caught the attention of Norman Lear and Bud Yorkin during a performance in Las Vegas. They had just acquired a script for a new series about a grouchy father and his dutiful son, and recognized Redd's talent. Fox adopted the character name Fred G. Sanford as a heartfelt tribute to his older brother who had passed away in 1965. He selected Lamont's name as a nod to his bandmate from the Bonbons. Although he was only 49 at the time, his depiction of 65-year-old Fred Sanford was nothing short of brilliant. Sanford and Son made its debut on NBC on January 14, 1972. Redd's extensive experience in stand-up comedy allowed him to improvise before the live studio audience, often leading to uproarious results. He also played a role in shaping the cast. Drawing from his friendships on the Chitlin circuit, he brought on talents like LaWanda Page, Don Bexley, and his buddy Melvin Slappy White. His exceptional portrayal of Fred Sanford didn't go unnoticed. He earned a Golden Globe for his performance, but success didn't shield him from the challenges of show business. He frequently clashed with writers and producers over on-set issues and salary disputes. He learned that Norman and Bud's All in the Family star Carol O'Connor, who played Archie Bunker, was earning 3 times as much as he was per episode. In an effort to protest, he skipped tapings and table reads. After his salary was raised to his satisfaction, he demanded that he be paid in cash and tax-free. He played the generous host to an entourage of 10 to 15 people who journeyed alongside him, taking care of their every need and desire. As the 70s progressed, Redd developed an increasingly expensive drug habit, with cocaine use becoming a regular part of his routine, even on set without regard for the people around him. His behavior became conspicuously erratic, leading to stress in his marriage, ultimately resulting in divorce in 1975. The following year, he married for the 3rd time and also starred in the movie Norman, Is That You?
All right, turn around, open your eyes. Norman, this is Audrey. Audrey, this is my son, Norman.
Well, hello. He's cute.
Frustrated with the incongruity between the junkman image he portrayed on Sanford and Son and his personal lifestyle, Redd made the bold decision to leave the show in 1977. Following that, he signed with rival network ABC, where he headlined the Redd Foxx Comedy Hour and secured a position as one of the highest-paid individuals on television. Unfortunately, the show was canceled due to low ratings after just 4 months. He returned to stand-up in Vegas, but became entangled in a number of legal battles, ranging from contract disputes to multiple misdemeanor charges. The 80s marked a tumultuous period in Redd's life, defined by substantial debt, business setbacks, and another divorce. In 1983, he was compelled to file for bankruptcy, overwhelmed by financial troubles. He briefly reunited with NBC for a series titled Sanford, and also ventured into a project with ABC called The Redd Foxx Show. Sad to say, both shows faced cancellations because of poor viewership. In 1987, he filmed his first television movie, Ghost of a Chance, sharing the screen with Dick Van Dyke. Then in 1989, he joined forces with comedy legends Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy in the cult classic film Harlem Nights.
Benny, why'd you put this orange juice in the refrigerator with just a swallow left in the container?
Bear, why'd you leave me the hell alone?
But that don't make no sense.
On an early November morning, the IRS came knocking at his door. They seized almost everything in his home in an attempt to recover enough assets to satisfy his delinquent taxes, which had compounded to millions of dollars. They took his furniture, his cars, and his jewelry.
He made millions playing a TV junk salesman. So why is Redd Foxx broke? The government has taken everything he owns.
Before the invasion, Fox received several notifications from the IRS that he completely ignored. They allowed him to remain in the home with little to call his own until it was sold. Undeterred by his hardships, Redd maintained a positive outlook on life. One aspect that weighed on him was the disappointment he felt from close friends whom he believed could have extended a helping hand during his difficult times. He continued to persevere through financial challenges until 1991, when he co-starred with Della Reese in the sitcom The Royal Family. The show instantly received high ratings and appeared to be on the path to success.
Hey, Victoria, your dog knocked over the garbage can and woke me up.
Did you chase him?
No, I figured if he ate the garbage, he'd eat less kibbles and save me a few bits.
Reinvigorated, he exchanged vows for the 4th time. Tragically, while filming, Redd collapsed to the floor. His co-stars initially mistook it for one of his famous fake heart attacks. After being rushed to the hospital, he died nearly 4 hours later of heart failure. He was 68 years old. He departed this world still burdened by an overwhelming sea of debts. Redd Foxx's contributions to entertainment are commemorated with honors on multiple walks of fame. Although he is mainly remembered for his iconic character Fred G. Sanford, his career made many lasting impressions. He was one of the first black comedians to find mainstream success, and his uncensored style helped pave the way for other comics. The success of Sanford and Son inspired several other sitcoms with primarily black casts, and Redd used the show as a national stage to promote black performers. He helped launch the careers of several black comedians, such as Richard Pryor and Bernie Mac, and has been named as a major influence by many others, including Eddie Griffin, Chris Rock, and Jamie Foxx. May his memory be a blessing, and his soul continue to rest in eternal peace. Thanks for watching.